The dawn of conflict. In the year 2050, humanity had made incredible advancements in technology and space exploration. Earth had established colonies on Mars, the Moon, and even Europa. However, nothing could have prepared them for what was about to happen. It all started with a simple Reddit post on r/HFY. The post was titled, "We Couldn't Stop Them," and was written by a user named Xenoslayer. In the post, Xenoslayer described a mysterious alien race that had suddenly appeared on the edge of the solar system. According to Xenoslayer, these aliens were unlike anything humanity had ever encountered. They were highly advanced, with technology that far surpassed anything Earth had ever seen, and they were ruthless, attacking any ship or colony that came into contact with them. At first, many dismissed Xenoslayer's post as just another work of fiction, but as more and more users came forward with their own encounters with these aliens, it became clear that this was no hoax. Humanity was facing an existential threat unlike anything they had ever seen. Governments around the world scrambled to respond to the alien threat, but their efforts were futile. The aliens seemed to be one step ahead at every turn, effortlessly outmaneuvering Earth's defenses. Amidst the chaos, a group of Reddit users banded together to form a secret task force known as the HFY Alliance. Comprised of hackers, engineers, and former military personnel, the Alliance set out to uncover the truth behind the aliens and find a way to stop them. As they delved deeper into the mystery, the Alliance made a shocking discovery. The aliens were not here to conquer or destroy humanity. They were fleeing from a much greater threat, an ancient cosmic entity known only as the Devourer. Realizing that they were all that stood between humanity and annihilation, the HFY Alliance set out on a desperate mission to confront the Devourer and save not only Earth but the entire galaxy. What followed was a thrilling tale of courage, sacrifice, and redemption. The Alliance faced impossible odds, battling not only the alien invaders, but also their own fears and doubts. And in the end, they discovered that the true strength of humanity lay not in their technology or weapons, but in their indomitable spirit and willingness to fight for what they believed in. As the dust settled and the galaxy was saved, Xenoslayer made one final post on r/HFY. "We couldn't stop them, but we did." And with that, the legend of the HFY Alliance passed into history as a shining example of what humanity could achieve when they stood together against all odds. A new threat. Despite the victory over the Devourer, the galaxy was not at peace. A new threat loomed on the horizon, one that would test the HFY Alliance like never before. As humanity celebrated their triumph, reports began to trickle in from the outer reaches of the galaxy. Colonies were disappearing without a trace, entire star systems were going dark. It was as if something was systematically wiping out all life in its path. The HFY Alliance knew they couldn't stand idly by while the galaxy was being decimated. They immediately mobilized their forces and set out to investigate the mysterious disappearances. Their journey took them to the edge of known space, where they encountered a race of ancient beings known as the Elders. The Elders were a reclusive and enigmatic species, rumored to possess unimaginable power and knowledge. The Elders revealed to the Alliance the existence of a cosmic force known as the Void, a malevolent entity that sought to consume all life in the galaxy. They explained that the Devourer was merely a pawn of the Void, and that its defeat was only the beginning of a much larger conflict. Realizing the gravity of the situation, the HFY Alliance forged an alliance with the Elders and other races across the galaxy. Together, they formed a coalition to stand against the Void and its minions. As they delved deeper into the mysteries of the cosmos, the Alliance uncovered ancient artifacts and lost technologies that held the key to defeating the Void. But time was running out, and the forces of darkness were closing in on them. In a final epic battle that spanned the stars, the HFY Alliance faced off against the Void in a showdown for the fate of the galaxy. It was a battle of unimaginable scale and ferocity, with the very fabric of reality hanging in the balance. But in the end, it was not their weapons or their technology that saved them. It was their unwavering resolve, their unbreakable spirit, and their belief in the power of unity and cooperation. As the dust settled and the galaxy was once again safe, Senaslayer made a final post on r/HFY. The unseen threat, we faced it together. And with that, the HFY Alliance cemented their place in history as saviors of the galaxy, a shining beacon of hope in a universe filled with darkness, the harbinger of chaos. With the void vanquished and peace restored to the galaxy, the HFY Alliance emerged as legendary heroes, revered by all races for their courage and sacrifice. But their journey was far from over. As they returned to Earth, the members of the Alliance were greeted as conquering champions. Parades were held in their honor, and monuments were erected in their name. But amidst the celebrations, a new challenge presented itself. A rift had formed in the fabric of space-time, threatening to unravel the very foundation of reality. The Alliance knew that they were the only ones capable of stopping this new threat, and so they set out on one final mission to save the galaxy. Their journey took them to the farthest reaches of the universe, where they encountered ancient beings and cosmic entities beyond their wildest imagination. They traversed through wormholes, battled through interdimensional rifts, and faced challenges that tested their limits. But through it all, they remained steadfast and resolute, drawing strength from their bonds of friendship and camaraderie. And as they reached the heart of the rift, they discovered the true nature of the threat they faced. A being of pure energy and chaos, known as the Harbinger, stood poised to tear apart the very fabric of reality. Its power was unmatched, its intentions unknowable. The Alliance knew that this would be their greatest challenge yet. In a climactic battle that spanned dimensions and defied logic, the HFY Alliance fought with all their might against the Harbinger. It was a battle of wills, of courage, and of sacrifice. And in the end, it was a battle they could not win. As the dust settled and reality began to crumble around them, Senaslayer made one final post on r/HFY. The legacy of heroes, we fought until the end. And with that, the HFY Alliance disappeared into the annals of history, their legacy living on in the hearts and minds of all who knew them. A new dawn. Years passed since the HFY Alliance's final battle against the Harbinger. The galaxy had known peace and prosperity, but a new threat was stirring in the shadows, waiting to emerge and challenge the fragile peace that had been forged. A mysterious signal began to emanate from the depths of space, a signal that spoke of ancient powers awakening once more. Governments across the galaxy grew uneasy, knowing that whatever lay beyond the signal could mean the end of everything they held dear. As the signal grew stronger, whispers of a long-forgotten prophecy began to surface, a prophecy that foretold of a time when the forces of light and darkness would clash in a final battle for the fate of the universe. In a secluded corner of the galaxy, a group of unlikely heroes gathered. They were descendants of the original members of the HFY Alliance, drawn together by fate and a shared destiny. Each carried a piece of their ancestors' legacy within them, a spark of courage and determination that had been passed down through generations. Together, they embarked on a quest to uncover the truth behind the mysterious signal and to prepare for the coming storm. Along the way, they encountered ancient relics, powerful artifacts, and allies both old and new who would aid them in their quest. As they delved deeper into the mystery, they uncovered a dark secret that had been buried for millennia. An ancient being known as the Primordial, a being of unimaginable power and malevolence, had awoken from its slumber and sought to remake the universe in its image. The heroes knew that they were facing an enemy unlike any they had ever encountered. The Primordial's power was vast, its intentions inscrutable, but they also knew that they carried within them the spirit of the HFY Alliance, a spirit that had defied all odds and triumphed over impossible challenges. In a final showdown that spanned galaxies and defied comprehension, the heroes faced off against the Primordial in a battle for the very soul of the universe. It was a battle that would test their limits, push them to their breaking point, and ultimately determine the fate of all existence. As the dust settled and the echoes of battle faded away, A new era dawned in the galaxy. The heroes had emerged victorious, their names etched into the annals of history alongside those of their legendary ancestors. And as they looked out at the vast expanse of stars before them, they knew that their journey was far from over. For in the infinite cosmos, where darkness and light forever danced in an eternal struggle, there would always be new threats to face, new challenges to overcome, and new heroes to rise up and defend all that was good and just in the universe. The eternal struggle. As the heroes basked in the aftermath of their victory against the primordial, a new era of peace and prosperity dawned upon the galaxy. The legacy of the HFY Alliance lived on in the hearts and minds of all, a shining example of courage, unity, and resilience in the face of adversity. But even in this new age of harmony, the seeds of discord had not been entirely eradicated. Whispers of unrest began to surface from the darkest corners of the galaxy. Rogue factions, remnants of old enemies, and new threats alike sought to exploit the newfound peace for their gain. The galaxy was vast, and its inhabitants diverse, each with their own dreams, desires, and agendas. The heroes knew that maintaining peace would require vigilance, diplomacy, and, when necessary, decisive action. The descendants of the HFY Alliance, now celebrated as the Guardians of the Galaxy, took up the mantle of protectors and peacemakers. They traveled to the farthest reaches of known space, mediating conflicts, forging alliances, and battling threats both seen and unseen. Their exploits became the stuff of legend, inspiring countless others to join their cause and stand against the forces of darkness. Among their ranks was a young prodigy named Leora, who carried the spirit of the original HFY Alliance within her. With a keen mind, a fierce determination, and a heart full of compassion, Leora quickly rose to prominence as one of the most formidable members of the Guardians. Her leadership and bravery in the face of danger earned her the respect and admiration of her peers. As the Guardians continued their quest to safeguard the galaxy, they uncovered ancient secrets and lost knowledge that hinted at a much larger cosmic cycle. They learned of the eternal struggle, a timeless conflict between the forces of light and darkness that had shaped the very fabric of reality since the dawn of time. This struggle, they realized, was not something that could be won or lost, but rather a perpetual dance of balance and imbalance. Understanding the true nature of their mission, the Guardians embraced their role as stewards of the eternal struggle. They dedicated themselves to preserving the delicate equilibrium that held the galaxy together, knowing that their efforts would never truly be complete. The battle against darkness would continue, but so too would the fight for hope, justice, and unity. As the years turned into decades and the decades into centuries, the legacy of the HFY Alliance and the Guardians of the Galaxy endured. Their stories were passed down through generations, a testament to the indomitable spirit of humanity and the unwavering belief in the power of unity. And as long as there were those who carried that spirit within them, the galaxy would remain a place of wonder, possibility, and endless adventure. The final stand. Centuries had passed since the formation of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Their efforts had brought about an era of unprecedented peace and prosperity, but the shadows of the eternal struggle were never far behind. A new threat, more insidious and powerful than any before, began to emerge from the depths of the cosmos. An ancient cosmic entity known as the Abyss had awakened from its eons-long slumber. Unlike previous threats, the Abyss was not driven by malice or a desire for conquest. It was a force of pure entropy, seeking to return the universe to a state of primordial chaos. Its influence spread like a dark tide, corrupting everything it touched and unraveling the very fabric of reality. The Guardians of the Galaxy, now led by the wise and battle-hardened Leora, knew that they faced their greatest challenge yet. The Abyss was unlike any foe they had encountered, and its power seemed limitless. As they rallied their forces and prepared for the final stand, they realized that this battle would determine the fate of not just the galaxy, but all of existence. The Guardians called upon every ally, every friend, and every warrior who had ever fought alongside them. They gathered a coalition of races, each bringing their unique strengths and abilities to the fight. The battle that ensued was unlike any other, a cosmic clash that spanned dimensions and defied comprehension. Leora, standing at the forefront of the battle, knew that this was their last chance to save everything they held dear. She led her forces with unwavering courage and determination, inspiring all who fought alongside her. The Guardians pushed themselves to their limits, harnessing ancient powers and forgotten technologies in a desperate bid to stop the Abyss. As the battle raged on, it became clear that defeating the Abyss would require a sacrifice of unimaginable magnitude. Leora, understanding the gravity of the situation, made the ultimate decision. She would merge her essence with the very core of the Abyss, using her life force to seal it away and restore balance to the universe. In a final climactic moment, Leora sacrificed herself, her essence merging with the Abyss and creating a powerful seal that bound it for all eternity. The cosmic battle came to an end, and the universe was saved from the brink of annihilation. The Guardians of the Galaxy mourned their fallen leader, but they also celebrated her unparalleled bravery and selflessness. Leora's sacrifice became a legend, a story passed down through the ages as a symbol of hope and resilience. The galaxy entered a new era of peace, but the Guardians remained ever vigilant, knowing that the eternal struggle would continue. They carried forward Leora's legacy, dedicated to preserving the balance and safeguarding the future of all. And as long as there were those who believed in the power of unity, courage, and sacrifice, the spirit of the HFY Alliance and the Guardians of the Galaxy would endure, shining as a beacon of light in the vast, infinite cosmos. Legacy of heroes. Generations had come and gone since the final stand against the Abyss. The galaxy had flourished in an era of peace and prosperity, thanks to the enduring legacy of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Their stories had become legends, inspiring countless individuals to rise up and defend the values of unity, courage, and hope. The Guardians themselves had evolved, their ranks filled with new heroes who carried the spirit of their predecessors. They continued to protect the galaxy from threats both old and new, ever vigilant in their duty to maintain the delicate balance of the cosmos. Among them was a young warrior named Kale, who bore the lineage of the original HFY Alliance and the Guardians of the Galaxy. Kale had grown up hearing the tales of the legendary Leora and the sacrifices made by those who had come before him. He aspired to live up to their legacy, dedicating himself to the cause with unwavering determination. As he embarked on his journey, Kale encountered remnants of ancient civilizations, uncovered forgotten knowledge, and formed alliances with beings of incredible power. But even in this new era, the shadows of the eternal struggle persisted. A new threat, one that had been lurking in the background for millennia, began to emerge. The Celestial Tribunal, a group of powerful entities who sought to impose their will upon the universe, had decided that the time had come to reshape reality according to their vision. The Celestial Tribunal believed that the only way to achieve true harmony was through absolute control. They sought to eradicate free will, individuality, and the chaos that came with it. The Guardians of the Galaxy, led by Kale, knew that they could not allow this vision to come to pass. They rallied their allies and prepared for one final battle to preserve the essence of life and freedom. The conflict that ensued was a cosmic struggle of epic proportions. The Guardians and their allies faced off against the Celestial Tribunal in a battle that transcended time and space. Kale, channeling the strength and wisdom of his ancestors, led his forces with unyielding resolve. The fate of the universe hung in the balance as the two sides clashed in a struggle that would determine the future of all existence. In the heat of battle, Kale experienced a moment of profound clarity. He realized that the true power of the HFY Alliance and the Guardians of the Galaxy lay not in their might or their technology, but in their unwavering belief in the values they fought for. With this newfound understanding, Kale and his allies unleashed a final decisive strike against the Celestial Tribunal. The battle came to an end, and the Guardians emerged victorious. The Celestial Tribunal was defeated, and their vision of absolute control was shattered. The universe was saved, and the balance of light and darkness was preserved once more. Kale and the Guardians of the Galaxy were hailed as heroes, their legacy solidified in the annals of history. The galaxy entered a new era of peace and freedom, guided by the principles of unity, courage, and hope. The stories of the HFY Alliance and the Guardians continued to inspire future generations, a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit. As Cal looked out at the stars, he knew that the eternal struggle would continue, but he also knew that as long as there were those who believed in the values they had fought for, the galaxy would remain a place of wonder, possibility, and endless adventure. The legacy of heroes would live on, a beacon of light in the infinite cosmos.